Today our topic is how to stay strong during hard times, Stoic wisdom. Life is not always easy. Everyone faces challenges, pain, and moments when everything feels heavy. But the way we handle these moments defines who we are. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us how to stay strong, calm, and focused even when life feels like a storm. Stoic wisdom is not about avoiding problems or pretending everything is fine. It is about accepting reality, focusing on what we can control, and finding peace within ourselves. Let's explore how Stoic principles can help us stay strong during hard times. First, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. Life is full of things we cannot change. The weather, other people's opinions, or unexpected events are often beyond our control. But what we can control is how we respond. For example, if someone insults us, we cannot control their words, but we can control whether we let those words hurt us. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means we should invest our energy in our thoughts, actions, and decisions, not in worrying about things we cannot change. When we focus on what we can control, we feel stronger and more empowered. Another important Stoic idea is to accept reality as it is. Often, we suffer not because of the situation itself, but because we resist it. For example, if we lose a job, we might feel angry or sad. But Stoicism teaches us to accept the situation and ask, "What can I do now?" Instead of fighting against reality, we can adapt and move forward. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realizes this, and you will find strength. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means seeing the truth and finding a way to work with it. Stoicism also teaches us to practice gratitude, even in hard times. When we face difficulties, it is easy to focus on what is wrong. But Stoics remind us to look for what is still good. For example, even in a tough situation, we might have our health, our family, or the ability to learn and grow. Gratitude helps us see the bigger picture and reminds us that life is not all bad. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "No one is more unhappy than the person who never faces adversity, for they are not given the chance to test themselves." This means challenges are opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. Another Stoic principle is to prepare for difficulties before they happen. The Stoics call this premeditation of evils. It means imagining the worst-case scenario and thinking about how we would handle it. For example, if we are worried about losing a job, we can ask ourselves, "What would I do if this happened?" By preparing mentally, we reduce fear and anxiety. When we face the problem, we feel more ready and calm. This does not mean we should always expect the worst, but it helps us feel stronger and more prepared. Stoicism also teaches us to see challenges as opportunities. Hard times are not just obstacles, they are chances to grow. When we face difficulties, we learn patience, resilience, and problem-solving. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Difficulties are things that show what men are." This means challenges reveal our true character and strength. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in thinking helps us stay positive and motivated. Another important Stoic idea is to live in the present moment. Often we suffer because we worry about the future or regret the past. But the present moment is the only time we can act. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not disturb yourself by thinking of the whole of your life. Do not let your thoughts dwell on all the various troubles that may happen. Ask yourself in every situation, what is there in this that is unbearable and beyond endurance?" This means we should focus on what is happening now and deal with it step by step. When we live in the present, we feel calmer and more in control. Stoicism also teaches us to be humble and remember that we are part of something bigger. Life is not just about us. We are part of a community, a world, and a universe. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "We are all part of one great body." This means we should think about how our actions affect others and how we can contribute to the world. When we focus on helping others, our own problems feel smaller. Humility also reminds us that we are not perfect, and that is okay. We can learn from our mistakes and keep improving. Another Stoic principle is to practice self-discipline. This means controlling our desires, emotions, and actions. For example, if we feel angry, we can choose not to yell or act impulsively. Instead, we can take a deep breath and think before we speak. Self-discipline helps us stay calm and make better decisions. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This means true freedom comes from controlling ourselves, not from having everything we want. Stoicism also teaches us to value our inner peace more than external things. Money, fame, and material possessions can bring temporary happiness, but they do not last. True peace comes from within. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "You have within you right now everything you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you." This means we should focus on developing our character, wisdom, and inner strength. When we value our inner peace, we feel less dependent on external things and more resilient. Another Stoic idea is to remember that everything changes. Life is full of ups and downs. Good times do not last forever, but neither do bad times. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "All things are fluid and changing." This means we should not get too attached to good things or too upset by bad things. Instead, we should accept change as a natural part of life. When we remember that hard times will pass, we feel more hopeful and patient. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to focus on our purpose. Everyone has a unique role in life. When we know our purpose, we feel more motivated and focused. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This means we should decide what kind of person we want to be and take steps to become that person. When we live with purpose, we feel stronger and more determined, even in hard times. In conclusion, Stoic wisdom teaches us how to stay strong during hard times. By focusing on what we can control, accepting reality, practicing gratitude, preparing for difficulties, seeing challenges as opportunities, living in the present, being humble, practicing self-discipline, valuing inner peace, remembering that everything changes, and focusing on our purpose, we can face life's storms with courage. Stoicism does not promise an easy life, but it gives us the tools to handle whatever comes our way. Remember, hard times are not the end. They are a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The obstacle is the way." This means every challenge we face is a path to becoming the best version of ourselves. So, when life gets tough, remember these Stoic principles and stay strong. You have everything you need within you.